Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin completes the perfect wick-off accumulation. Why it is set up for a most extraordinary bull run. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin completing the wick-off accumulation and the setup for the most massive of bull runs. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter through Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now today, Fear and Greed 49, down from yesterday's 50, just 1 point down, still in neutral. The overall market is sideways from yesterday. Bitcoin at 27,547, Ethereum at 1647, BNB at 212, XRP 53 cents, Solana $23, Cardano 25 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, and Tron 8 cents. And Bitcoin is still sitting outside of this wedge. This is good, finding support above what was resistance right here, still below the 100 and 200-day moving average. But we can see we still have this double bottom set up right here. If you call the bottom of this candle right here, if you call that the confirmation point, well, we were sitting right there, and about 2/3 of double bottoms actually fall back down to that confirmation point before blasting off. So still could be in the works for the 40% gains from that double bottom. But on a bigger scale, we have the Bitcoin wick-off accumulation. You know, ever since we all found out about wick-off accumulation at the top in 2021, well, everything's been a wick-off accumulation. You can see it right here. Same exact thing in this chart right here. We have SC, AR, ST, ST in phase B, spring, test, LPS, SOS, BULPS, and then what comes after that? An explosive move right now, finding support on that area, which is right before generally you see the large upward moves with a wick-off accumulation. You got to ask yourself, sometimes getting an inverted chart is helpful for perspective. Who would buy this setup, bet on it going the other way? Well, you can see anybody would. Now, we can see here that Bitcoin right now is closing in on the short-term holder cost basis. And basically what it ends up doing over time is it gets very far away from the short-term holder cost basis on both ends. And then kind of like a pendulum, it settles down, gets closer and closer and closer until nothing. And then roughly around the time of the halving, once again springs to the outside. We are on the verge of that occurring once again. If you take a look at 2015 and 2019, both times we had this support and resistance line that was support and also resistance. And once breaking through and finding support there, generally that launched into big parabolic bull runs. Right now we are retesting that support band once again, likely to head upwards. Even this one, if we take a look versus the previous bull run that we had in 2017, 2018, 2019, once we broke out from this wedge, and you can see the same thing happening back and forth here with the MACD, once we broke out from there, we were pretty much towards the same area right now, breaking this resistance we are encountering right now on multiple fronts, this $27,000, $28,000 resistance. Breaking through there is pretty much all up. And one thing that could be helping Bitcoin in the near future is DXY. When DXY, the US dollar index, turns down, historically, Bitcoin goes up. Now, as of right now, DXY is approaching overbought on the RSI. And when it is overbought, guess what? It turns down. Well, we would expect it to turn down soon, which means that Bitcoin, coincidentally, would turn up. If we take a look at the Bollinger Bands, pretty much simple strategy. We hit the top of their Bollinger Bands, break through the midline, break back above the midline, and then hit the top again. And you can see this back here in 2015, in 2019. And once again, we hit the top, break through the bottom, break through the middle. Well, the top is coming. That's roughly the $40,000 midline that everybody's talking about pre-bull run, which also coincidentally happens 4-to-1 is the mid-cycle top to the absolute top. So that would not be the very top. That would just be the first local top at that number 4 right there. But Bitcoin does have the tightest pivot bands ever. Now, back here in 2016, when Bitcoin was traded at $235, bands tightened, triggering a bull run that led to a surge of 8,300%, with Bitcoin reaching almost $20,000 in a few years. Similarly, there was a tightness back here in 2019 when Bitcoin was trading at $4,400. The bull run started right after and prices pumped by 1,600%, reaching $69,000. Well, if we take a look, currently the pivot bands are tight once again, even tighter than in 2016 and 2019, with Bitcoin trading at $27,000. If Bitcoin repeats, we could see some pretty large gains from where we are right now. We can only hope for the bigger of the multiple gains because, like it or leave it, you basically buy low, sell high. Right now, based on the 2-year moving average and the 2-year moving average times 5, we're still in buy territory. Still an excellent time to accumulate before it takes off, because once it does take off, it very, very quickly, it goes from this green to the red. Does not last too long making up its mind. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.